home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On first down, Flacco. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Flacco here on second down. He sets to fire deep. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And again, it's Flacco to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now out comes Houston. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I woun't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Black 22! Black 22! Black 99 Philly! Come back, come back! Come back, come back! Come back, come back!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
Richmond! Green, Green,
On 1st and 10, Watson being chased out left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On On second down, here's Miller. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Come back, come back. Green the line. Green the line.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. It got his man complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Texans. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Richmond. Come back, come back.
From the red zone now, Watson. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Black 22. Black 22.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the return will stop it well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 83 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick left. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed. Because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
They'll go with Foreman. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. but I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I'll say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They'll run for it. This is Foreman. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 58 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-7. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Tenth carry now for Lamar Miller. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Watson. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Incomplete on first down, now Flacco on 2nd. This is intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Now he'll let it go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, look at that. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. To pass, Flacco. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't.
Hey, red.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He'll rifle this one deep right. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A huge play there for Denver. 64 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Flacco. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And oh, it's blocked. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10.
Back 22! Back 22!
Now Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now it's Watson. Hopkins, strong running. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hopkins. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Play action. Flacco steps away to his left. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's 2nd down. Second down, Flacco now. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. And they'll run it here. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And McManus able to put it through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now out comes Houston. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
First and 10 here for Flacco. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Flacco now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Operating out of the gun. Flacco. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Flacco. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Flacco will take to the air again. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
Come back, come back.
On first down, it's Watson. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a first down throw, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Richmond.
Out of the gun, Watson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw is Watson, setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw on 3rd down, Watson. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble, but all is well. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans get a bit closer. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Watson now to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 1st down, Flacco. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A nice move at midfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep. Back up. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. 3 touchdown passes now for Joe Flacco. And the Broncos will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Back to throw, Watson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Flacco. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 17. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tiger. Come back. Richmond.
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Richmond. Tiger. Richmond. Tiger.
Watson on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league, totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Throwing again is Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 55 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and goal. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And that is caught. Now they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but This one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So that one will be accepted. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
Rock it, rock it. 4 down.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A 2nd down carry for Booker. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin.